Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you? And welcome so much for coming back to my channel. I really appreciate it. Now today I will be showing you my everyday minimum makeup look. When I mean makeup look, a couple of things are skip, my dears. My eyebrows, I don't use it. Concealer, I don't use it. Setting powder, I do not use it. So I try to make it, I call it the most simplest pajama type of makeup look I can do. Today is one of those days to where I'm just running around town, just do a couple things. So I don't want to be glammed up. It's just unnecessary for me today. And when I feel kind of comfy, I'm in Houston, Texas. It's like 30-something degrees. I'm in my house and it's still cold in here. Yeah, that lets you know. Now, if 30 degrees is warm to you, I'm scared to know what cold is, because here, this is cold. This is cold, my dears. So as you can tell, I even have a scarf on. So this is the look that I have. So I'm going to teach you how to do this look in just a second. But I want to remind you to please push the little subscribe button. As well as I have this little watermark, blue, purple watermark right there. It's nice, small, and purple. If you put your mouse over it and you click, you're automatically subscribed as well. And you can see how many followers I have if you just happen to be interested. And remember to push the little notification bell. And once, very, very important, because I want to get to know you. I want to have a connection with you guys. Remember to follow me on all of my social medias at Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Snapchat at Enidbluesinger, as well as my IMDb page, Enidbluesinger. And remember, I do have a discount affiliate program with Sephora. It's down in the description below. If you click on it, it will be in Brazilian. It's a different language. Unless you speak Brazilian, you really don't need to do this step. But basically, open it up in Chrome, switch the language to English, and the products there are already discounted. And I ain't gonna lie, once you purchase something, I do get a percentage of what you buy. I'm just putting that out there, just letting you know. If you want to know what I do to create this nice minimum skip instead makeup look that I do on my nice, slow, everyday looks, then keep watching. Well, welcome back and thank you so much for joining me. As you saw in the intro, that's basically what we're gonna end up, and this is me barefaced. Okay, so let's get started, shall we? So I'm gonna bring you in just a little bit closer so you can actually see what I'm doing. Now that we're nice, close, and personal here, as always, coffee. The way I do this minimum look, I'm gonna do a couple of things. If you've been on my channel, it's gonna look backwards, because usually I start with my eyes. Not today, not today. So today, I'm actually gonna be priming the face. I'll be using the Becca Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector. This is the Evermatte. This came in a BoxyCharm. I think maybe my first BoxyCharm. Can't remember, to be perfectly honest. But I'm using this. I'll show you the price of this primer right over here. I'm starting to really like this primer. Like at first I wasn't so sure about it, because it really like left you, like the name is not kidding, matte. Like really, really matte, to where you're like, I can't move my face. But I'm gonna show you a couple things what you can do to relax it. I don't know if you're able to tell by the camera, but my skin is nice and smooth and like all ready to go. Now the next thing that I do, I actually do use foundation next. I know, right? I'm like, who are you? That's not your order. But remember, I'm skipping a couple steps and I'm making this as simple, easy, breezy makeup look where you can go out the door and not worry so much about details. And honestly, you can get this done in like 5 minutes, to be honest with you. The way I do it, I use my Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse in shade Nude Light 4. I'll leave the price over here. And the way I like to use it, I use this like little artiste type of brush situation. There's different type of brushes you can buy. They have these type like at, I think the brand name is Motives. I think you can buy it at Walmart. This, if you go to Francesca's, I'll put the label over here just in case I'm misspelling it. Sometimes they have this, some of this they do not. It's one of those stores where you have to go in and see what they have, because they have things different all the time. They don't always have the same product, but this was like $2, so I went ahead and got it. Thank goodness I did. So basically, the way I like to apply this, I put my finger in here and I start applying it all over the skin. Okay, and that's basically it. Now if you do get a little bit of foundation on your regular brows, no big deal, just use your finger to just get it out, and then use this just to make sure you shape it, and that's fine. Now I will not add any additional foundation to this. It's whatever's left over. I'm going to pat it all over the eyes because I do have a little bit of redness discoloration going on in my lid, so I just put this all over the lid. Like I said, I'm not going to use any eye primer, no concealers today. It's just this one easy step and just boom, go. Now if you want to add some additional foundation, or if you want to add concealer, you can, but you know, since it's just a minimum everyday makeup look just to go out and just get some things done, that's unnecessary for me. Now at first, when I just some little advice for you guys, I forgot to go back to their primer, because this is the Becca matte. She has different ones, I believe. The Poreless priming for Perfector. I at first did not like this. I like it now, like once you get used to it, because at first your skin does feel really stiff, but after a while, after you apply foundation and move it a little bit, you're able to move your face. Another tip that you can do, just in case that you still feel a little stiffness, get your beauty blender or any makeup sponge that you have, wet it and just go over it. That releases a lot of the stiffness. Just a little tip there, because I had to figure that out. And then I'm actually gonna go straight into the eyes. I know, right? Completely backwards. I know, crazy. And for that, I'm gonna be using my old goodie back to school, even though to me it's not really that old, but in the makeup industry, it's old. The TooFace Sweet Peach palette. Now, as you can tell, some of these shades, I'm already starting to hit pan. Yes, so you can tell it's love, because the way I try to do it, I have a lot of palettes. I may do a palette video soon, so just wait for it. It's in the plans and the works, believe me. If I'm testing a new eyeshadow palette, that's what I use for the week. If not, I try to rotate all of my eyeshadows the best that I can. This week just happens to be this one, so I thought you may want to know what I do. So I'll be using a Sigma E40. I'll be using Nectar, Peaches and Cream, and Georgia. All these three I'm gonna mix. Now, if you are my skin color or lighter, yes, these three may not show up. This doesn't show up very much, but I like to use it as a transition or start of a transition, because you will see just a second of how it actually looks like. Now, I don't know how much the camera's able to tell, but can you tell it's like maybe a slight darker to my skin tone? Just like a baby slight, but not much there. But I like, whenever I use this palette specifically, those are the three main colors I use, which is probably why you see why it's hitting pan, because it's like a start of a transition. Now I'm actually gonna put the true transition. And the true transition I'm gonna use today, I mix. Sometimes I will go with Summer Yum, and other times I'll go with Pure. Today, I'll go with Pure today. So I'll put the same brush in, the same one that we used all three. And I go right back over the crease like I did with the last three colors. Same steps, just go over it. You see how I came out a little bit here? Honestly, that's an easy cleanup, which is why I don't have so much stuff. So I go back to this with no additional product and just sweep it away. Magic, ain't it? Okay, now you see how that you can actually see an actual transition, but if you look right at the edge there, you do see a little bit of those three peachy tones in there, very lightly, but you do see it. Now normally, depends how fast you wouldn't really want to be out the door or what your creativity feels like at that time, because sometimes I would just wear this, walk out the door and be fine. But if I have a little bit of time, I will add something to the lid. Then I will use the Sigma E55, and I'm going to go into just Peachy. I'm going to put it right on the brush and just put it all over the lid. That's it, just all over the lid. another tip that will help you with this, if you go on the crease or on the lid, stretch your eyes like that, because that opens up the skin and you're able to get where you need to go. So just letting you know. And that's it for the lid. Now if you do want it to sparkle just a tad more, you can always use MAC Fix Plus, spray it on your brush and put it. I don't want to, but in case you do want it a little bit more sparkly, you can always add that. So just, you know, it's a suggestion if you want to. Then I will be using the Luxie 101 mini angle brush, and I will be using white peach for the brow bone. And with this look, since you don't have a lot going on, and especially since you're not using concealer, this brush has a nice angle right there. Put it right here, for you can put it right by the inner corner, because that helps make your eyes nice and open and brighten up. Oh, I just love this brush. It's like my new brown bone brush, I'm telling you. Now, go back to the Sigma E40. Do not add any additional product and just go over it again. That way you can blend all the colors together. Remember, circular motions, circular motions. Now I will continue on underneath the eye, and I'm actually going to continue using this brush. Yes, this brush. And I will go back into Nectar, Peaches and Cream, Georgia, and Puree. Mix all 4 colors together and just put it all across the under eye there. That brush. And then what you're gonna do is put your brush like this, and right there at the edge, just go slowly and blend, blend, blend. Okay, and honestly, eyeshadow wise, you're done. Then I will use my eyelash curler, curl my lashes. Then I'm gonna use the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. And then I'm going to move on and put the rest on my bottom lashes. You do not have to do this step. I just do it on all my looks, or else I just feel naked without it. I know, high maintenance. Okay, so basically, essentially, the eye section, you're done. We just have a few things on the face, and we be done, honey. Okay, now for me personally, sometimes I do walk out the door this way and I don't add anything else, but I do want to feel a little bit more warmth instead of being completely flat. So I go and use the Hoola Benefit in Hoola, I think that's the shade. I use the brush that's in here, and I start bronzering, because remember, go on the top of the ear and go halfway, like right here, like right where this inner, like outer corner is. That's where you stop. Okay, and then I will add just a touch, and I do mean a touch of highlight. I use the good old Mary Lou Manizer highlight. I know, back to old school. And I just use my finger, actually. As you can tell, I'm almost hitting pan on this one too. So, you know I use it. And I just put my finger like this. Put it on top of the cheekbones. And then I actually put on, because I'm about to blend in a minute, the Bloosom Scented Lip Gloss. I bought this at Francesca's as well, but I know you can buy these at Amazon. If I can find other locations, I'll put it in the description below. And I put it on top. Nice, scented and glossy. And then I just take my little kabuki brush and I just blend everything in. And then the lipstick I'm going to use is actually the Melted Matte TooFace in Sugar Cookie. I did a review on the little Christmas sets on these from TooFace. I'll link that video down in the description below with the swatches, just in case you missed it. And I'm just going to put this color all over. You see how nice and muted it looks, and it looks really kept down, nothing bright, nothing bold. It's just nice and natural and minimum. And then the last thing is I'm going to use the Urban Decay Cherry Scented Setting Spray. And that is basically it. As I mentioned, and here's the list there, I did not use concealer, I did not use any powders, I did not use any eyeliners, I did not use false lashes, I did not use lip liner. It's just boom, 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 and go, which is one of the reasons I did like the Becca primer, because with this you really don't need like a bunch of powders, which is interesting, and you still look nice and smoothed out and close to perfection as possible. So that's the only thing about this one. Like I said, I have normal skin, so it works. If you have oily skin, this would be like perfect. But if you have dry skin, I do not think you will like this very much, unless if afterwards you get a sponge and you really wet your face, maybe. If you have dry skin and you've tried this, let me know how that result went. Comment below. Oh, and if this is the type of looks that you want to see more, my everyday type of looks with my different palettes, let me know. I had those kind of thoughts in my head. Let me know if you would enjoy those type of things as well, because I can go through each one of my palettes and show you different neutral looks that you can do with different shades and fun shades and bold shades. Just let me know. Just thoughts. Just thoughts. Just comment below and let me know. So that's basically it. That's my makeup look that takes not really much effort. A lot of steps are missed, but you still look nice and flawless, natural, and people are not like, ooh, you got some makeup on. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And as always, I always look forward to seeing you. And thank you for pushing the little play button. Thank you so much. I miss you. I love you. Be safe. Be kind, and remember, I'll see you on my next video.